I thought we'd give a, I think it was 3 years we've had this, isn't it? It's just over 3 years. I thought we'd give a, might be right on 3 years. I think it was in October we bought it. A 3-year review on our Tailgate camper. Uh, we've we've really given it a good test. We've been through the desert in central Australia, been through mud, everything, heavy rain. So we just thought we'd let you know what we think of it. So Andrea, before I say my things, what things do you really like about it?
I really love the kitchen area. I love how there's enough space for all our food. And we've sort of worked out the top drawer behind me is really for the vegetables and fruit. And then everything else packs away really easily. And I like the lovely little slide out table from the tailgate too.
Yep.
The microwave works really well.
So we nearly cook all our meals in the microwave now. We've got an induction cooktop, and we found out we hardly use it because we do a pre-cook before we leave, and mainly just heat it up. We put our pre-cooked stuff in a plastic bag,
And we freeze it, so it's in our freezer.
Yeah, and freeze it, and it goes into our Bushman freezer, which we run at -16 to -20, and we just get to pack it out, defrost it, and have that for tea. Yes, we don't want to be slave to cooking, all night. We'd rather just enjoy things. So the microwave's just been terrific. If we so with that, well, I'll run you through the electrics that we have, but we can do induction cooktop. We have a toaster, we have electric kettle going.
So we eat pretty well when we're camping.
Eat very well when we're camping. And we find, like, I'll show you later, where the fruit and all the food's kept, it's surprisingly keeps really cool, and it's probably because the actual canopy's white and just reflects a lot of things. It never seems to get hot, even on days that are pushing 40. It's still quite cool in there.
The fridge works really well.
Yeah, so we've got a upright Bushman fridge, which we'll have a good rundown of that. But it's just been perfect. So easy to get everything. Nothing falls out of it, does it?
No, it's fantastic.
Like up in the centre, we've hit some horrific corrugations and things, and nothing's moved. It's been terrific that way. So a couple of things that I've probably, that it has let a bit of dust in the rear tailgate, and I've put some rubber. I'll show you later the rubber I'll put around the edge. And since I've done that, it's really stopped that coming through. But the quickness of setting it up has just been terrific from other camper trailers and things that we've had.
Well, I usually set it up, and while I set it up, you do the Annex.
Yes.
And I love the Annex. It's fantastic.
So the Annex from SuperPeg, when we went to an aluminium fabricator and got some brackets made up to put on the camper, and we put the awning up there, but we just set that up every day, or every evening, I should say. It's just like a second room to us.
Even at lunchtime for shade, sometimes.
So we just use that all the time, and I've put these pegs on, you can see here. And they just bolt to the ground, so you can take some pretty strong winds. I've put them on, so it's supposed to be a freestanding one, but I think it just puts too much pressure on the camper having it freestanding.
So it's been great for rain too, and you can add tarps around to make a wall.
Yeah, so we've got 2 walls that we put on this, so it's really good. The only criticism with that is it's got Velcros for put the awning on. If it gets really windy, it just rips off. It'd be far better if they had a zip on it. So you have to work out ways to try and keep it still attached when it's windy. What else? Because it's pretty light, compact. We're probably getting around the 12.5 to 14 litres to 100, so it's pretty economical because of the compact size, and it's not high. So it's that's amazing what you fit in it with the drawer systems and that. We didn't have this for a while, and we put everything on the back of a ute, and it's amazing when you just put things on the back of the ute how much room it takes up. And then you put them in a drawer system, they all just disappear.
I guess one of the best things is that it's so quick to set up and so quick to pack up.
Yeah.
So we're talking minutes to set it up.
Yeah.
And not much longer to pack it up, really.
Yeah. So, yep, let's have a look around. So I'm just showing you the front brackets I've put on to hold the SuperPeg awning on. So it sticks out. That, yeah, probably one of the other faults with it sticks out a bit. You've got to watch it going through scrub. I had to get another cover for it because I'd scraped so much of the front going through the bush. So you've got to be careful as you drive. But you can see it's got a curved bar there to keep it fairly taut. So there's the SuperPeg awning. Just happens to be the same colour as the tailgate. So here's the Bushman fridge. It's 85 litres. Fits in nicely in that spot. We find these grooves here really good, so you can stick things in, and it just doesn't move in there. And then I've got adjustments here, so you can put anything in there, and you can just tighten it, and that doesn't move either. So that's really good. And then you can put tall things here, and it's got an adjustable thing. You can change things. And the little deep freeze, it's probably not a great deep freeze because
Ice creams get a little bit soft.
ice cream get a bit soft, and that's why we use the roadie for that main deep freeze. So these are the drawer systems we have. So we use the top one for our fruit, bottom one for plates and other things. But it's just so easy to get to. And then we have a little table here.
Which is so handy.
Then we've got more things here, spreads and cutlery, whatever. Our microwave. This one's not quite as well made, the slide, because I did that. We've got our pop-up kettle, which is plug into our system. Got our toaster and things in there. Every little nick and cranny's taken care of. Got our sink here, pop-up top sink here. Hot and cold water. We've got laid on more storage stuff here with PowerPoints. And then up here we've got the we can tell the level of our tanks. So at the moment they're at 72, tank 1, tank 2 at 73. They've got the chargers going, solar panel chargers, not really pulling in that much. Battery's down to 66%. So you can swipe through and get more details. You need a book to know all those sort of things. You can turn off your charger for your inverter, put it back on again. We've got an outdoor tap that we can just free flowing, no pump on this one. We just often use this for washing our hands, filling up things. Very handy. So I've tapped into the tank with that one. So on top we've got a Starlink Mini. So it's permanently mounted. It's from Outback Camp. They supplied that, and it's been just terrific. It's just gone through a heap of corrugations and things on our trip up into Central Australia. It's never moved one bit. And we were getting, I don't know, 100, 150 download and about 20 uploads. And it's just permanently mounted. We constantly have phone coverage. So it's just been terrific. So on this side, we keep the 15 litre roadie here, and it's kept, like I said before, it's kept around the 16 to 20 minus 20 I should say. It's a deep freeze. It's just solely run as a deep freeze and it just goes non-stop. It's just been terrific that. Put all our tables and various things in there. So you can see where we've got our chairs and things in. And you can see all the Victron things flashing behind that screen of just a plastic screen I've got there. So I'll show you pictures of that, what they are. Got a pole thing here, put our poles, and then that goes through to our luggage, our clothes and things in there, which is handy if you're having an outdoor shower. You can just grab things from there if you want to. And then this is my tool drawer. As you see, it's not very neat and tidy at the moment because I've been using a fair few things, but it just put stacks of stuff in there. My ropes and pegs and things in there. That's good, that. And then I've got an electric chainsaw there. Got some fuel for the various things there. This is the tool drawer section. So behind that is the Victron Multi Plus, and underneath that is the battery. And then I've got my hot water. This is the hot water system, and it does the heating inside for keep ourselves warm on those cold frosty nights. And we just find this terrific. So while you're having a shower, the temperature just never varies. It's been perfect. So you can fill up your tank from your tank 1, tank 2. You can use it. This one's the shower outlet. So you've got your cold and hot water there. We can suck from a bucket or a river. So it's mainly a bucket. Just by changing these taps around here, you can either suck or swap the tanks. You can, if one tank's empty, you can swap tanks to suit yourself. And then that's just the switch for the diesel heater to turn it on and off, and we've got more switches in there. And this is the fuel tank for the diesel heater. We've got this HardKorr Shower. It's another. We've just only had this not quite 12 months, I think. This has been a terrific thing to have, because even though you can shower outside, even a breeze like today, even though it's quite warm, you get quite cold with a breeze. But it's just so quick to set up.
It's a bit windy.
Bit windy, but yeah. So I just pegged that down, and we've got a shower, and we put a roof on top. On the roof, and amazingly, when you put the roof up, when there's thick flies about, you don't get any flies in there, which is quite pleasant.
Even though there's a gap, the flies don't come in.
No, but that's just been terrific. And we have the shower rose. We just plug the shower rose in, goes through the back, and we have a nice little shower thing there. Adjust it from here. We've got portable solar panels from iTech. I found them fairly useless. They what are they, 300 watt, and I hardly ever get above 150. Occasionally you get 160, but that's pretty poor for a 300 watt panel. And then on our roof up over here, we've got permanently mounted. We have to peg that shower thing down. We've got a what is that? I think it's about 270 up there. I'll write it up what that is. So 270, 370, 270 I think. So inside the camper, it's insulated roof above us, and this folds back. We'll show you that when we pack up, and that's insulated as well. So the whole roof is insulated, which is terrific. It's interesting when you pack up and it's a hot sunny day, they just hit you, the heat from the tarp, once you fold that insulation back. It's got 2 fans. I've got one at the back, one at the front, bedside lamps, and also the slope of the roof here. You might think it looks a bit tricky, but I've got a pretty bad back, and I can still get up, no worries at all, without hitting my head. I mean, it's probably not as good as having a roof high, but it still doesn't really stop you too much. But it's very cozy when it's heavy rain, when you've got a nice solid roof above you, and the windows out the side are just magnificent, with the great view from the windows. It's just terrific. So just lying, I've got my lie up here through the day, and I've got one of these things up here, the little back support thing. I lie up here, a couple of pillows on that, and lie there, read a book or look out the window. Life's hard. Behind the bed head, where our heads go, there's I don't know, about a 6-8 inch gap there. We put our tissue boxes, got our radio there, put other things in there. There's also a USB port here, I've got here. Then they've got the hot water, the heater control switch there. So that's quite handy, just throwing things behind your head to get them out of the road. And then up the top here, I've got, that's where the insulated shelf goes back underneath, but I've put a little bracket thing up there, and I'll put my glasses and various other things up there. So now I'm on the bed looking back, so that's looking at the side window on my side, and that's out the front window. Look at that, you wake up one morning, you're looking out there, it's just magnificent. And looking at the other window, and then there's a dingo going past. Not really, it's my brother's dog. And then we have a chair. Andrew prefers to sit than lie. I'm the lying one in the family. Yeah, so we have a just chair there in the corner. She sits there. Good to get out of the flies and just sit there, because you have a fair ventilation with all these windows and that about. So that's really good. I'll show you later. We're picking it up. So we've got a charging port here. Use that for the fan, cigarette lighter one. And we've got USB ports here. Charge your laptops and whatever. Baskets here we've got that's fitting perfectly to put our clothes and things in. And then we've got more room for my drone and things there. Then we've got more room, we put our
Raincoats
and things
and
there.
beanies.
Then we've got more room for clothes here on this side. His and hers we put there. And then here this is our heater system. So I've runs from that heater, diesel heater at the front, and so I've got a remote control. I can just turn it on from the bed, which works out well. Just packing up even this lovely spot, so we take the 2 poles away in each corner, just stick them in the side of the bed, and then we grab the 2 handles here, and you can see this roof just buckles under and folds up, and then it just folds up there, and then that folds up into there. Then I'll pull the roof down. So now I'll pull this roof down here, tuck the tarp in both sides. tuck that in, and then we usually pack up the awning next. So I'll get the pegs out. So on these poles I designed, I'll put this on the end of the poles, so I can just screw in a tent pole into there. And I've also changed my clips. So these are just a broom handle thing I got from Bunnings, and that'll just clip into there. I'm hoping it's not going to work. Hoping that'll be a bit better. But these ones here, they just seem to spread after a while. So I'm trying these new broom handle ones, see if they work any better. Let's do it again. That side. So I've also, if you come over here, I've come in here, I've added a bracket here. You can see that little U bracket thing I put there. So this will come in here and just sits in there, so that keeps everything in there. I'm always fiddling with something. Then I undo this side. Then I've got a tie thing here. Just pull that in there. The tighter you go, the better it is. I leave the ropes on. Handy having the step ladder. Gets a bit tight there. Just keep pushing it in. That's it. So now we'll fold the back end of this up. Poke in the sides. That stays up mainly. Clip that in. I've changed this setup here to what Tailgate had and made it stronger. Made my own clip to keep this ladder in, so that it locks in there. That keeps the ladder in nice and tight. So a couple of things when we were talking on some of the faults, only minor faults of the camper trailer. The ladder gets the steps get really muddy. Either get really muddy or dusty. It would be kind of good if they went into a you could have concertina sort of steps that went into a box, so that'd be kept clean all the time. And the other thing, you can see how, if you come up closer, you can see this just gets chockers full of dust, catches on this ridge. It would be good if that was just all solid, because that just catches heaps of dust. And also this ridge here underneath, when you're in the dust part, that just catches a lot of dust. And also, while I'm at it, I've added this extra rubber around the outside here, because if you see quite a few other tailgates, all this tarp here gets really dirty because the dust sneaks in through here. But since I put this extra rubber here that goes into that seal, it seems to have stopped that. But that's just minor things. We just love it. It's just so easy to set up and pack up as we go along. So I've added some 90mm pipe here, and so I just put our long poles into this 90mm pipe. Also, I got another one here on the other side. fits perfectly. Just on either side, and then our chairs will go into the drawer system, and we'll put our chairs in there. And our steps, table, it's everything you see. That's it.